Hey Virgo, I hope you're well. I'm doing a who are they, which is basically who's coming towards you, right? Spring is here, hopefully for you as well, where you are. And I just think we're all interested in knowing, with the new energy, the new season, who might be around us or who might be coming towards us. I have the word co-creation specifically for you, Virgo. I mean, because if you think about it, I've been saying the same thing, opening up this series for each sign, right? Saying who's coming towards you, but I didn't get this word for anybody else. So maybe a collab or someone specific for a partnership, but some sort of maybe in love. I don't know. Let's pull. Let's get a keyword. Although we do have a keyword as co-creation. It's interesting. I'm waiting for pop-outs in this read, so brace yourself, or I don't know. But I won't rush things. You get all these cards. I'm actually going to take everything because four cards. You get theory, reason, toggle, and copy. Okay. Theory, reason, toggle, and copy. It's kind of cryptic, I won't lie. It feels like okay, it feels like a mini story. It's like I would start this story by saying, in theory, how you'd want something to work, as in theory, on paper, this is how it should be. And so you give it a very rational reason, explanation, argumentation, structure. This feels like this is like how we would like it. But in reality, and this is where the co-creation actually works with these words, is that the cards are asking you to toggle that and like whatever is on paper to actually change that in reality. I feel you need to switch your mindset, toggle, right? Or even maybe go back and forth, which is really what toggle is, so that you go back to the theory and yet work at whatever you're working at empirically, right? Concretely, actively, practically, and kind of go back to the book, a little bit like you're cooking a recipe. You go back to your cooking book and you make sure you follow the steps, something like that, and yet you put in maybe a little bit more of, and you kind of change something. So you inspire yourself from the recipe, but eventually you kind of bring it or make it your own, or give it your own flavor, twist, touch. And then there's copy. So maybe you do a good job. Maybe people are interested in doing what you do the way you do it. That's one possibility. It could also be that as much as you inspire yourself out of a, let's say, manual, not that you would necessarily do so. Think of it as also as symbolically speaking, right? So maybe there's like a how to kind of marche à suivre, like something that you can apply. And also the copy part would be how you actually inspire yourself, kind of taking maybe some things that you see, how other people do it, that you find are really good, really inspiring to you, that you find work well, but it's really more an inspiration for me. So I would think that hopefully you won't copy, you know, because that would be plagiat, you know, like plagiat in English is, I don't know the translation. It means when you basically infringe copyrights, I guess, which could be what this implies. But honestly, for me, to really make it positive, I think it's more inspirational in terms of what it is that you know, what great people have done before you greatly and really well, right? That has worked, but also shown that it's proven, you know, or even just admirable. So you kind of take that on and you, but like I say, I feel that the toggle part, for me, there's something about putting in your own twist. So it's interesting because we haven't even touched the tarot yet. So it doesn't really pertain to a person at the moment, but I trust that by using the word co-creation, this helps you, because co-creating would be, yes, you refer to what people have actually written on the subject, and you also co-create with what you see that is inspiring that people are actually doing and the way they're doing it, and then doing your own thing. So, but there's a participation, right? So that's really beautiful. So let's see with the tarot who you're really co-creating with in this manner, because clearly the cards wanted you to know that. So let's do this. Okay, a bunch turns. You get 6 cards. Okay, 4 of Swords, 2 of Wands. I'm going to show you the cards 2 by 2, but I'm not necessarily gonna keep interpreting them 2 by 2, if you know what I mean. So 4 of Swords, 2 of Wands. The Strength with the Emperor. Strength is in reverse. And then the 4 of Coins with the 8 of Wands. Okay. I'm seeing something. I like that. I'm seeing like, okay. These 3 kind of work together, right? So sort of being very still about, and very static, okay? Then this energy is sort of like looking far ahead and kind of also waiting for it though. So again, another energy of something that is very stagnant in a way, but really I love the word static in this case. And Strength in reverse, I mean, even if it's sort of not holding back anymore or not as much, it's not a big roar. I mean, it's not a huge, even if the Strength card, how can I say? This is coming out of being held back, but it would still be a very kind of measured and very well sort of like masterfully like engaging, like knowing exactly how to do it, naturally do it, and effortlessly, of course, but also like very in sync and very flowy, because you respect the natural movement of whoever you're engaging with. There's something very docile and very, very kind of like easy going about this energy. I really love that. But it's still very soft, it's very subtle, and it's very slow and contained. And it has this kind of feeling of, I know when to wait, I'm dosing. It's extremely malleable. There's a lot of flexibility here, I sense. even if this one feels a little bit like pinned down, the other cards are adding to, there's a reason for holding back, staying still versus, you know, anyway, that's what I'm getting. But this energy for me, it works with theory and reason, because the reason would be what you sit and think about, what you contemplate, and the way you organize it, you know, how you'd want it. And you also see that in terms of the foresight that you would want to apply, and the basically where you know you're headed, and this energy of doing it like in that particular manner I was describing, of I guess being easygoing about it. So for me, it resonates with theory and reason, because this is what was once written, once decided, once envisioned, and even the way that it was conveyed was extremely non-invasive, if you want. So I find that it works well with when you actually open a book that is something that you actually pick up, that is not something that is moving and it's an energy that you're grabbing. You're actually going towards it to consult it, because it has a lot of, it'll give you the steps, it'll give you the where you're going with this and how to, you know, and this would be how you apply it. And this is all the thought that would have gotten into it. I mean, it's very maybe far-fetched for you in terms of interpretation, but for me, it works. And then this kind of energy is different. So the inspirational part that I was trying to pick up here, that I picked up on copy, is how you change, going from a static energy, consulting something that's been written down, that is now immutable, because it won't be, unless it's re-edited and then you know what I mean, but let's not go there. So something that is black on white, that stays there, that will stay for infinity if you want, when you think about it, as long as you can consult it. And it was once someone's ideas sort of being captured. And then here there's different, there's movement, there's a lot of communication. And the Four of Pentacles is that kind of like, you know, you're building and you're making sure you're putting aside, but you're also, you know, the Four of Pentacles he grabs and he holds on to. So maybe it's the inspirational part, like this is what actually really lights you up. It's like all the ideas and like what you see is moving in front of you, that is dynamic from what people are doing. This is like the doing part, that you see them accomplishing something, versus going for a book that you're reaching for that is static. And then so you're inspired, and what you do is, the Four of Pentacles here doesn't become very so stingy. It's much more, oh, well, pick and choose. I'm gonna, oh, this is really cool, I'm gonna borrow that. Or, and please don't think that it's stealing. I think that it's really important that if the word copy came out, I'm sure you'd be like, you know, have enough integrity to like inspire yourself, but respect the copyrights laws, right? And so the Toggle, we are left with, kind of left, but Toggle and Emperor. So this is you being very masterful at basically going from, you know, reaching for a book and getting inspired by others. And so also what's really masterful for you is making it your own, making sure that you put in your spin on it. It actually shows a lot of maturity on your part. That's really great. And it makes you quite the reference, actually. It's very strong here. So apologies, this doesn't really feel like a coming towards you. really like having someone coming in like for, let's say, a love relationship, of course not. But what it is showing is maybe co-creating in this way where maybe you're not fully engaging with one person, but you're co-creating with the knowledge of people and what they've written before you, and what you also see is being done, and really in reality, in terms of something that is happening, that you see it's alive, right? Versus it's inanimate, like the book. So let's get guidance. What do you do with it? I mean, besides knowing that it's a good thing for you because it puts you in your power to get inspired in this way, in both, I want to say in both directions. Okay, get one card. It says, the Great Gathering, it's all coming together, intuitive hits and the soul tribe. Wow, isn't that co-creating, soul tribe? And it's all coming together. So maybe what's coming together is the fact that you're drawing from both realms, right? Written knowledge, as well as what you see out in the world that is actually around you, that is so inspiring. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be just one person doing what you do in your same field. You could get inspired by anything and everything. It's just amazing that somehow it does speak of maybe working in this way is actually the best recipe for co-creation. It's really beautiful. So Virgo, that's what I have for you. Please like the video, share and subscribe if you found it resonated with you. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care.